Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media. It's live television, so it happens like that sometimes. Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, aka man of the people, because I enjoy working for fans of the Carolina Panthers. I've been receiving a lot of good feedback. And by the way, when I mention something that's not so positive, it's not that I'm bashing the people. I'm just, again, I'm a transparent kind of guy. I let you guys know the good that I get, the bad that I get. But I'm okay with criticism, as well as I work for you, so I got to be able to take criticism. I got to be able to take requests that you all want. So let me know. I'm here working for you. This channel supported 100% by you all. So I want you all to feel a sense of ownership when you're watching these channels. So got a positive message today as well from someone who said that they been watching the channel for a while and didn't know that I was covering the Panthers so much, but they love the content. Something like that. I might not have it 100% correct, but again, lots of good comments, and I thank you. Let's also please get in the habit, whenever you tune into a video, hit the like button, okay? That helps me grow. You know, I've been asking about getting to 10,000 subscribers. If you've already subscribed and you're watching the video, just please do me the favor. Get in the habit, support me, hit the like button. It just helps other people that like the Panthers find out about the channel, and I really appreciate it. I'm also thinking of doing some really creative things coming up here for the season. I hadn't checked everything to make sure I can afford to do it, but just know I'm trying to do some really cool things. So today we're going to talk about a few things. All right, so let's talk about the things that were in this subject line today, first of all, which is Troy Hill. And actually, you know what? I just thought about this. I might can do something to share with you all some of these pictures that I took today of Troy Hill in practice. Let me see if I can do that really quickly. I may not, but just thought about it when going on here, so I'm going to see if I can do it. Lots of good comments that are coming right now. Hopefully everybody's being optimistic and being happy about the possibility of a win this weekend or Friday night versus the Detroit Lions. Let's see, today's the 23rd. Go here. Yeah, these aren't, I don't think these are cropped properly. I might just show you this one, which is something that you already may have seen. One of the pictures that I can show you from today with Troy Hill out of practice. So Hill did not do much while at practice today. Didn't do much at all. But if you want to see what I did capture on video, as well as Bryce Young and some of the other players, always there's two videos that I post during the preseason. And that one video will be highlights from practice, so you can tune in and check that out. And the other will be my recap, which is what we're going to talk about here today. Also, let me know what you think about the blue. I just decided to do something different because some people are thrown off by the red. I don't know why. Every news company that covers their team does not have the same colors as the team. But I get it. You're giving me feedback, so I'm going to think about it. I'm going to think about it hard because we've been this colors scheme for over 15 years. But I threw the blue in the background. Let me know what you think. I may keep that up for you all if you really enjoy it. Let me go ahead. I can't deny all these comments that are coming in here. So let's go ahead and touch on some of these comments before I get into some things. Week 1 game of, man, that's a big word. Don't know what you're saying there, D1. So maybe I have to come back to you. DJ is injury prone. So let me go ahead and talk about that. DJ Chark is currently injured. He's currently injured for the Carolina Panthers. And we don't know to what extent that he is injured. We don't even know when he got injured. But it does wreak some havoc on our our wide receiver group. All right, so let's see if I have this off the top of my head. We currently have Terrace Marshall that's dealing with the back. We currently have Damiere Byrd. I think he had a hamstring, right? He's been out. He's going to be out for some time. We also have Laviska Shenault that has a concussion. So you got Marshall, Laviska, Byrd already out, DJ Chark already out. That's kind of eating into your wide receiver core, and might affect playing time for Bryce Young this weekend. As if if he doesn't have some guys that can get open. Coaches, I don't know how high they feel on the remaining guys. You don't know what kind of changes you'll see this Friday when they take on the Detroit Lions. I can't tell you this, they're not caring to win the game from the point of, not like that they don't want to win. I'm not saying that. I hope that didn't sound like that. But just from the point of, they're just trying to evaluate. So that's what I mean by they don't care. They're just trying to evaluate Shi Smith, trying to evaluate Derek Wright, and all these other guys that have been doing well at that wide receiver position. But yes, DJ Chark has been known to be injury prone, and we have the first one with the Carolina Panthers. What's going on, AJ Lindsay? Appreciate you tuning in. By the way, you can now join the channel if you've been enjoying it. Super chats are always welcomes. We have the Cash App link in the description, but you can also join the channel to be a supporter, which we need and which we greatly appreciate. We got Ra Walk. What's going on? The title has scared me. Yeah, Quentin. Title, I mean, that's what it is. DJ Chark has a hamstring injury. Don't know when, don't know the extent. Just can confirm that he is injured, and I'm pretty sure he's not going to play at all this Friday. What's going on, Sean Thomas? Supernova. My man always tuning in. No problem, Quentin. You're welcome. What's good, Chris Johnson? Chris Johnson just became a member? Yeah! Yeah. You know what? I appreciate it. Chris, if you can, some kind of way, if you want, man, give me your number. I think I want to give, I don't know what, my first 5 members, give you guys a call, or we can do like a Zoom call or something like that. So Chris Johnson, you are certainly invited to take advantage of that if you want. And again, I just thought about this right now. The first 5 people that join the channel as a supporter, you can get a call from me, or we'll do a Zoom call for a few minutes. All right. Appreciate you being the first person, Chris Johnson. Appreciate it very, very much. All right, let me go through some of these notes that I have. Going to give you the play-by-play, but I want to go through some more of the notes that I have. I got about 22 more minutes on this broadcast. So DJ Chark, again, injured, don't know the extent. We'll bring you more information about that as it comes. Interestingly enough, talking about injuries, Marquan McCall was released a couple days ago, and it shocked a lot of people. Coach said we wanted to give him an opportunity to get on with another team. So he did. It happened pretty quickly. Marquan signed with the New England Patriots. Did you know Marquan McCall is no longer a New England Patriot as of this moment because he failed his physical with the New England Patriots? Again, Marquan McCall released by the Carolina Panthers a couple of days ago, signed by the New England Patriots the other day, has now been released for failing his physical. Interesting stuff right there. Very, very interesting stuff. Also, just a few other news tidbits I think you all may be interested in. A few days ago, Baker Mayfield, he has been anointed. I shouldn't say anointed. He has been named the starter for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, starter for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And also just in today, Sam Darnold is named the number 2 quarterback out there in San Francisco. Again, Sam Darnold named the number 2 quarterback out there in San Francisco. So just some tidbit information to help you all continue to know about this NFL life, right? Somebody said it wouldn't be a Charlotte Vibe video if I don't take a drink. So there you have it, my drink that I had to take. Let me make sure my camera lens is clean for you guys. You deserve the best here. Let me, there we go. There we go, nice and sharp there, right there. So let's go ahead and go through the snap count, not snap count, but snaps that I was able to track today with practice. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to do this. Last preseason game is Friday, and you don't know exactly at what point they're gonna cut off the preseason access that we have, which has been able to watch practice in full, and then reduce it down to in-season practice, which means we only get to watch about the first 20 minutes of practice, and then we can't see everything else that they're working on. So this may or may not be the last snap by snap, but I have some disappointing news. Spoiler alert for this play-by-play that I'm going to do for you all. It was really a glorified walkthrough today. Even though they were in pads, the speed was very, very half speed, but I'm going to bring you what I saw. And just got a super chat from Quentin. Let me skip to this really, really quick. Super chat from Keep Pounding. Need everyone on deck. We can win if we're all in. Hey, yes. I'm going to be clear about it. I really, really want to travel to all the games and cover this for you guys, okay? We're an independent media, so right now I don't have the budget to do it. I mean, it easily costs $800 to $1,200 per game per person. And this year we already have our photographer that's going to go to every single away game. I'm trying to go to them all as well. So it's a little bit of an expense. Don't expect any one person to cover that, but if we all chip in, we can make it. So appreciate you, Quentin. Appreciate you, Quentin. Appreciate you so much. All right, let's go ahead and go over these play-by-plays. So in addition to it being a glorified walkthrough today, they had a lot of special teams that they did opening up practice. So it was a nice day in that the weather was not in the mid-90s to 100-degree heat index that it's been all week. Just didn't get as much action as we've been getting all week. But these guys, I could understand it though, because all week, Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday, they've practiced in the heat, and they've practiced pretty hard. So today, dialing it back a little bit, I'm not upset about it. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into it. Bryce connected to Mingo out of the shotgun. Bryce then with a little play action to Adam Thielen. Bryce again with the shotgun to Thielen. Dalton then comes in, hits Ian Thomas. Very few incompletions today because of the fact that this was just like a walkthrough. Dalton with a handoff to Blackshear. Corral with a handoff to Chuba. What you will notice is that with today's practice, even though Miles Sanders has been back, he was not getting anything with the team drills. Dalton with another handoff. A little new wrinkle that I saw today with that. I wanted to mention that as most I could. I can't mention everything that I see yet. But in terms of this offense being vanilla, I'm liking some things that I'm starting to see. I'm sure I'm not seeing it all. They probably do some more things in their walkthroughs, which are closed to the media. Dalton with another handoff. Corral then went in the shotgun. Had a ball batted, but it was half speed, and it just seemed like it was just something that was out of whack on that. Even though I will say this, I feel like Corral, it was half speed. It was like a walkthrough, but I still feel like Corral was a little off today. And for me personally, like I'm a cheerleader for Matt Corral. I like the guy. I've talked with him many times, but I still haven't seen out of Matt Corral what I feel like I should see and feel like what I was seeing last year. So I don't know. I don't know what it could be for him, and having what I feel like is just not the same person, but certainly hope that he still will have a chance this Friday to put out some good tape and help himself out, whether that be for the Carolina Panthers in his position on our depth chart here, or whether that be for another team. Bryce was in the shotgun, hit Ian. And by the way, all this that I'm talking about right now, this was in the red zone. I'm going to move my notes so I'm not looking up so much on the screen and can stay a little bit more right at you guys here. Move a few things around. Give me just a second. All right, and then continuing on. Not sure where I left off. Oh, here we go. So Bryce then hit Adam Thielen. Bryce then goes to the shotgun, hands off to Blackshear. Again, did not see Sanders with any runs today. Dalton comes in, hits Javon Wims. Dalton with a handoff to Chuba. Corral then comes in, incomplete to Shi Smith in the back of the end zone. That's again where I mentioned, like he's just not looking the same as he was looking last year, Matt Corral, in my opinion. Dalton with a handoff, Dalton then in the shotgun. Corral comes back in with the handoff. Corral to 87. Who's 87? Why not write down who that was? Well, I'm just going to keep going. And then we have Corral in the shotgun, Dalton with the pass. So Bryce did not get the zillion snaps that he normally gets in the practice today. He did not get the zillion snaps that he normally gets in practice today. It was really, the most evenly distributed snaps between all four quarterbacks that I've seen so far this training camp that took place. Corral, I'm not sure where it left off, so maybe this is a little bit of a repeat, but Corral on the shotgun, Dalton with the pass, Jake with the handoff. Nice looking play. Again, a little bit of a wrinkle in that one that I haven't seen before, but Jake did, and that was cool to see. And then they went, so all that was in the red zone. Then they went to more like a 2-minute offense. And within the 2-minute offense, Corral was up first. Again, Bryce did not get all the snaps that he normally hogs up in practice. But Jake, so Corral then throws an interception, which he had an interception, threw it too high, had a batted ball. I mean, all during what was a walkthrough. And to me, I don't know. I have a little bit of personal concern for Matt Corral here. Nevertheless, Corral then with a nice completion. Corral another completion. Corral another completion. Then Jake Luton, completion, incomplete, completion, incompletion. So I know that may sound a little short, a little less detailed than what you're used to, but that's really all that they gave me today in practice through, again, what I feel like was more of a little walkthrough than a normal contact type of practice. So let me go ahead and jump back into the comments, see who I missed, and see if I can answer some questions. I love the interaction that we're getting today. What's going on, Mad Chatter? So looks like some people missed it. So with DJ Chark, he had a hamstring injury. Don't know when, don't know how severe. So that's all I have for you on Chark. Terrace Marshall Jr., no updates there in terms of his progression through his injury. Coach Frank Wright was actually pretty mum on injuries today. I guess just wanting to deal with other stuff as he gets ready to take on these Detroit Lions. So let me continue on through some of these comments here. Quentin loved the new vibe in the back. You like the blue? All right. D1 loves the blue. Good to hear. Matt tells us some good wide receivers cut. So yeah, overall, I mean, there's so many moving pieces that are going on right now with the team. One is they're dealing with these injuries that have been coming up this week. Dante Jackson isn't practicing, but you got Miles Sanders back. Looks like you got Eddie Pinheiro back. Then you get DJ Johnson that gets hurt. And then today you got Chark that's hurt. So they're dealing with all that from the injury standpoint, while they're also preparing for, in 2 days, the finishing touches on playing the Detroit Lions and determining what players are at the bottom of the roster, how they're going to implement them into Friday to evaluate those guys. Friday is a huge evaluation day, so they're doing that, trying to figure out, okay, when am I going to get this guy in? How many looks do I want from this guy? And then on top of that, they're still preparing for the cutoff from 90 to 53, which takes place on Tuesday. And Dan Morgan talked about that process yesterday. If you guys missed it, the short version, over 1,200 players become available this Tuesday, which they can pick up. And they're evaluating those players. They got reports on all those players. And then their scouts are actually calling all the other teams to say, hey, tell me about your roster. Who do you need? Who are you interested in trading? What do you want? What might you want to do? And then they're reporting that back. So it's just, I would imagine there's some long hours being put in right now by this Carolina Panthers staff as they try to finish out the preseason, get ready for the regular season, as well as deal with these injuries. Ty says, not having a legitimate wide receiver is scary. Cam never had a true number one wide receiver. Hope they can put together a solid wide receiver group in the future. So, yeah, I know there was talk about Jonathan Taylor and getting a running back, and I felt like that's just really not needed right now. But man, you get the number one draft pick, and you have, is it 4? Marshall, LaVisca, Bird, and Chark. Then you have 4 guys out before you even get to preseason game number 3. That's tough sledding right there. Tough sledding. I'm with you on that comment, Ty. Players pulling up week 1, bandage, crutch, just hurt. Yeah, it's not the best looking stuff right now. Daryl Beveridge, we are really in trouble this season. So I don't feel like we're in trouble yet. One thing I love is how much this team, Scott Fitterer in on every deal, taking all calls. Dan Morgan talking about the process for continuing to try to keep this roster strong. And also with that, and keeping this roster strong and doing what they can to make sure that this doesn't just go downhill really quickly, is fortunately they have a top 10 waiver pick position right now. So when guys are becoming available, if there are any surprise cuts out there, we have a pretty good position to be in waiver top 10 and get whoever we want. Not saying that's going to be some superstar, but if you're looking at band-aids, things to help ease the pain of these injuries that we're dealing with, we have some tools that are in place to be some stopgaps, if you will. It's just a matter of how we evaluate the talent. Appreciate the comment there, Daryl. Panther Pickle, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. Maybe we should consider not signing or draft injury-prone wide receivers. Let's see here. And again, I got to give a big shout out to Chris Johnson, the first person that joined with the new memberships that we're now offering. So you see there, he has a special little asterisk that appears by his comments to show that he is a member of this channel. We have our new supporter level active and going. So if you have been enjoying the content, if you want to continue to support this independent media, you can do so. Good way to stand out in the chats as well. We're going to get some more features for the members to do cool things in the chats as we're going. Superman, what's up, Chris? I see Joe Person was saying a league source says DJ injury isn't serious. So it's believed to not be serious, yes, and it just happened today, so it's very limited. All of us media people are trying to check with our sources to try to see if we can get some more details about it. As we get that, then we'll bring it to you all. Continue to go through here. So Quentin says, how do you become a member? All right, so here's how you become a member. When you now click on the CV logo on the channel, which should take you to the main page, and you'll see a link that says join. I mean a button, if you would, that says join. So just click on that button that says join. And if you're watching on your phone, let me see if I can figure it out really quickly while we're on here. I haven't done this a lot. But yeah, when you're at the channel level, you should see subscribe, join right by the place where you also see the alerts. So Quentin, that's how you can join. If you still have some problems, I'm an easily accessible guy. Just shoot me a message, leave me a comment, shoot me an email, and I will certainly make sure that you figure out how to join the channel. All right? Appreciate you, Quentin. All right, so we got about 5 more minutes before we get out of here. And I'm going to continue to touch on these comments as they come. Let's see. Just going through some of these comments. What's good, Mato? Matto Lomax. What's good, Lomax? We got some technical talk going on here, and I may have missed the beginning, so I'm not able to really follow that comment to join in, but all right. D1 says Corral stays. Quentin, we definitely need him. Yeah, I mean, I will say this, I was talking earlier being critical of Matt Corral. Pretty possible to keep 3 quarterbacks. Certainly could put him on the practice squad, I feel like. I don't feel like he'd get picked off of our practice squad. Somebody could easily take him from our practice squad, but they would need a quarterback. And I don't feel like you're going to take Matt Corral off the practice squad, sign him to your 53-man roster. I mean, that's what they'd have to do to take him from us off the practice squad. So I feel like we could keep him practice squad and then even have him as a 3rd quarterback for emergency, even though he has to be part of the 53-man roster. So I don't know. I don't feel like he's going anywhere. But basically where I was going with that is, if you're not a number 1 or number 2 quarterback, then you have a lot of leniency and grace to develop, right? So he just may need that and had the opportunity to do that. All right, I had a super chat that I'm trying to find and get to really quickly. My man D141. I'm sorry, am I saying it right? D14U? Is that better? Is it D14, not D1 again? Thank you, Chris. Love the channel. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I need the support. I love the support. I said sir, but I can't really tell who that is in the icon. So if ever I get the gender wrong, because I may be guessing, don't be mad at me. Just let me know so I can correct it. But appreciate that super chat. It helps. And I think that's going to round us out for now. Let's see. All right, so looks like during this broadcast, you guys were nice enough to have me gain 2 new members to the channel. Appreciate it very much. If you're trying to join and you have some questions, just send me a comment, shoot me an email, cjenkins@charlottevibe.com. Very easy guy to reach. But for those of you that have become members, the first 5 members, I'm going to give you a call, just at the least to say thank you. Or if you want to do a Zoom, we can do a Zoom for a few minutes, all right? Because I sincerely appreciate the first few people, because, it just takes a little bit to start. You're my new foundation for this channel, and I appreciate it so much. So next time you see me, unless there is some big breaking news, we'll be live Friday evening at 6 o'clock, because I believe the game's at 8 o'clock. Yeah, at 6 o'clock, me and my co-host Andre Cassidy will go live for our up to 1 hour long pregame show from Bank of America Stadium. And we're going to be taking your questions. We're also going to be getting you up to date with the latest news that we have at that moment for the game. Also want to continue to pitch photography. If you love some photos, not just some photos, but great photos of the Carolina Panthers, you're not going to get any better photos, and you're not going to get any quicker from when they happen during the game than through our channels of Charlotte Vibe, mostly on Instagram, secondarily on Twitter. All right. Thank you so much for everybody that tuned in. I heard you love the blue, so I'll do the blue as often as I can. Appreciate you watching. I'm Chris Jenkins for Charlotte Vibe.